and welcome back to my channel. It's good to have you on yet another video on this channel. If you are new here, you are most welcome. My name is Elizabeth, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so very much for tuning in again. So in this video, I'll be showing you how to make a durag. This is what it looks like.
Okay, so regardless of your fabric choice and regardless of whether you choose to add a lining or not, it's the same method. And if you're not adding a liner, you just need to use an overlocker to seal the edges, to finish off the edges rather, but it's still the same method and it's still the same way. And for the measurement, I didn't use my own specific measurement or any custom measurement. I use what is popular or general out there in terms of the size of a durag. So this is suitable for anybody with, regardless of your own particular measurement, except you decide to go ahead with your own custom measurement. So let's get right into this video. Okay, so the first thing is to get my paper ready, and I've cut out my paper, and it is a 130 centimeter long and around 80 centimeter wide, but I'll use less because the measurement of my durag falls within this range. So then I've gone ahead to create my border lines, just using my ruler as a guide to create straight line along the length of my paper and along the width of my paper, just a straight line using my ruler as a guidebook. So then I'm going to go ahead and mark 100 centimeter along the length of my paper, 100 centimeter, and I've labeled that the front of my durag or the length. And then I'm going to come here and measure 25 centimeters, say 100 centimeter and then 25 centimeter, and I'm going to come down and mark 50 centimeter along the length as well, 50 centimeter. So that 100 is the length of is it the hand or the legs of my durag, the rope. I don't know the exact name for it, the technical name for it. So now I'm going to go ahead and rule that 50 centimeters, as you can see. So I have that, and then the 25 centimeters is what I'm going to go ahead and rule as well, 25 centimeters. So just to create that box, like a box. Okay, so that will be the center back of my durag, the back of my durag, because I'm cutting half of it. So the next thing is to come ahead and mark 7 centimeter, which is going to be the width of the is it the rope or what of my durag. Just follow me, 7 centimeter all the way down to the end of my durag, which is that 100 centimeter. Apologies, this is not what I captured. So I'm going to rule that all the way down the 7 centimeters. So that will be the width of the hand of my durag. So having done that, so I'm just going to close that up now. Okay, I'm going to then come my head back to this box, and I'm going to go down by 21 centimeter. 21 centimeter, just watch me. 21 centimeter. We are almost done here, and then just connect just from this line to the end of my rectangular box. So just 21. Alright, so the last leg is to come over on this line at this intersection point on that 21 centimeter and go in by 1.5 centimeter. But I feel 2 centimeter will do just fine too. And then just rule that line, and I'm going to go ahead and curve that corner. As you can see, just watch me. I'm going to go ahead and just make it curved. So that's going to be the line between my durag and the leg, I'm not sure, and the body itself. So I'm just creating a curved semicircle around this edge just to make it have a round effect. And then I'll come over to this corner, and then I'm going to mark in 2.5 centimeters, although later I wanted to 3 centimeters. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark that in. Just try and locate the middle of that two intersecting lines of that corner. If you have a set square, it goes way easier. And then just draw the midpoint and then connect it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and use my hamstring just to create that curve, but your hand can do the same thing. So like I said, what I have eventually is 3 centimeters. So Then I'm going to come to the top, to this top corner where the head is, and then I'm going to go in by 7 centimeter and connect from the front to the back. So I didn't measure the starting of the point, but from what I have on my own, it's about 11 centimeters here, and then it's about 6 centimeters. Just make sure that it's not sharp, like it blends in into your center back and the other forehead too. And then here is very optional, but I'm just going here and going up by 10 centimeters, connecting to the midpoint of the end of my durag, and just to create this kind of effect, just make the mouthpiece to be V-like in shape, so that that place is not does not have excess fabric. And what you see me doing here is just me using my marker to go over, so that I know how to cut, so that I cut the right places, or so that I can guide me in cutting basically. So this is what I have now, and I'm going to go ahead to cut. Please cut carefully. Yeah, so this is what the cut in out looks like, and the next thing for me to do will be to go ahead and cut out my fabric of my choice and the lining if I want to use the lining. So I've gone ahead to cut that, and then this is the fabric, the two pieces, of course 2 pieces, and go ahead and pin them together, the 2 right sides together, and then the inner side, the wrong side, facing upward direction. And I'm going to go ahead, and if you are not lining your fabric, please go ahead and just use an overlocker at this stage to just sew from the forehead down to the tip, just where my hand reaches. So, and the same thing for the lining. If you are using the lining, just go ahead and do the same thing. So because I'm using lining, so I'm not using an overlocker. So after joining that, if you are using, so I'm using a lining, so I'm just going to pin my lining to my fabric, just match up the 2 pieces, and I'm going to sew from the middle, from the midpoint, from the center of my durag, and sew down to the first edge, and then I'm coming back to the center again and sew down to this other end of the fabric, of the hand of the durag or the leg of the durag. But if you are using overlocker, just go ahead and use an overlocker to do the same thing, and then you will be almost done. So I've gone ahead to do that, and I'm going to go ahead. So now I'm going to, you can skip this if you are not using a lining. I'm going to top stitch so that my line does not fray, does not slip over to the right side when I wear it. So I'm going to go ahead and just top stitch, open it up, come to the right side, and put the allowance towards your lining and sew very close to the seam line, but on your lining. So just top stitch. So after that, I've gone ahead to turn it over back to the wrong side and give it a good press with my iron. And if you look at it, I pushed over my lining a little bit, just a little bit towards my main fabric, so that the seam line is not directly on the edge, if you know what I'm trying to say. And then come to this side and mark 2 inches, just leave 2 inches from where I'm going to be turning my fabric to the right side. So this is on the wrong side, so I'm going to sew it all the way around and leave out these 2 inches. So I've trimmed away, if you didn't, I trimmed away the excess of my lining before going ahead to sew. And then on this corner, I'm just going to go ahead and create a little bit of notching just to make it easier, and I'm going to turn my fabric to the right side from that hole. This is what it looks like even after I'd gone ahead to rock it already. I just had to show you the inner parts. So this is what it looks like. I've given it a good press, a very good press, and remember to close up that 2 holes you left aside with your needle and thread, like trying as much as possible to hide your stitches and make it neat.
Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe as usual and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.